Hi Stampin' Friends, it's Chris Slogar from BuckeyeInklings.com, and today I want to show you how to make these diamond flap pillow boxes. Okay, so they're just a little different from the pillow boxes we're used to. They're kind of squared off and the ends are a diamond shape, so you'll see that better as we get going. But I did this project, and you may have seen it a few weeks ago when I did it on Facebook Live. With also great new holiday product. By the way, our new 2019 holiday catalog is live now. And if you need a copy of that catalog, email me at stampyourworld@gmail.com. I'd be happy to send you one. And also check out my giveaway for September. If you're watching this September 2019, I am giving away this month a host set with orders of $75 or more. So check out the details on my September 4th post on my website, BuckeyeInklings.com. That host code is also in the right column and on the loyalty rewards page. And there's details there on the September 4th post. You can pick a different host set if you don't want this one, but I just want to give away something nice this month to kick off the catalog. Okay, so this Monster Bash suite is also in the catalog, and these are the ones we made on Facebook Live. But of course, on Facebook Live, those videos get kind of lost, so I wanted to refilm this for YouTube so that it's easier to access and find. Okay, so then we also made this version, which is a stand-up version of that. All right, let's get going. We're going to use the holiday paper Christmas toile, and I've got, let's see, we'll start with this box. I've got a few sheets here so we can do the different shapes. And what we're going to do, you do have to pay attention to the direction of your paper if you have a directional print. So on this one, I want to match what I've done here. I'm going to score across, well, I'm going to put the pattern vertical and score along the pattern. Okay, and I'm going to score at 1 3/8, 2 3/4, 4 1/8, and 5 1/2. All right, and I'll go ahead and burnish those score lines. And then I'm going to put adhesive on that 1/2-inch strip, the fold over 1/2 inch here, and put this all together to make a tube out of this. Okay, so there we have a tube. Now I need to do some marking, and I'm just going to do that on my scoring board. At each corner, I'm going to make a mark 1 1/4 inch from the corner. Okay, so I'm going to do that just with the ball of my stylus, and I'm going to do that on all 4 corners. Then I'm going to come over here. I don't know if you can see, I've got this dark line scored in or colored in over here, so I can connect that mark with the opposite corner on each of these points. Okay, and I'm finding that mark with my fingernail because it's kind of hard to see on this paper. So this is the mark we made that is a 1/4 inch down, a 1/4 inch from the corner. Here, we'll do this one. It's on this side. And once those are all scored, I'm going to go ahead and burnish them. Okay, and do that kind of carefully so that we get those nice corners, tips. And we're doing all 4. Okay, and then we're going to kind of open up the tube and rotate it around. Okay, so this fold will go to the middle back. And now our score line is here and here instead of like that. Okay, then we're just going to cut along those score lines that we can see are kind of like a diamond shape now. Oh, I lost that one in the pattern. Okay, there we go. And now to make the pillow box, I like to have, let's see, I like to have the flap that I'm pushing in first to have like a little finger grip. So I'm just using my 1/2 inch punch and adding a little like semicircle, not quite a semicircle. And then you can push these flaps in to make that pillow box effect. And instead of having a round pillow box, you've got this great kind of diamond squared off pillow box. Okay, so I've just got a piece of the ruched ribbon. This is 24 inches long. I'm going to tie it around the center here. And make a bow. Of course, you can put what you like in here, which you should do before you tie your bow. Like candy or a gift card. Oh, that's a pretty bow. That 24-inch length was a little better than what I used here. Yeah, I like the bigger bow better. Okay. Just trim off those ends, and then I've got a greeting. This set, Itty Bitty Christmas, has a lot of great little greetings for tags. I'm using this Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Just gonna stamp. Oh, I thought I did this already. Maybe not. All right, I'll just make another one. I'm going to stamp that on Very Vanilla. And I'm using my story label punch to cut that out. And I have a little circle punch to make a hole. And then I've got a 1 3/4 inch circle too to back that with. So I'm just going to mount my greeting on this 1 3/4 inch circle, and then take a bit of the twine here, the linen thread, and tie that on. I'm just gonna kind of pass that under the bow and knot this in place. And this one is done. Okay, so let's make the version now where it's a stand-up box. And you'll see the one end is very similar to what we've done here. And then we're just going to make a squared off end on the other side. Oh, there's the tag I made. Okay, never mind. All right, so again, we're starting with a 6-inch square of designer paper. Not sure if I said that on the first one. Let's make this one red side out. Now, we need to think about, if we're making a vertical box, all of those score lines need to be vertical to the pattern, not traveling with the pattern like we did here. Okay, so think hard about those before you score them. But we're scoring in the same places: 1 3/8, 2 3/4, 4 1/8, and 5 1/2. And we're going to burnish all of them. And before I put this end together, we're going to keep in mind now that we want a box bottom here at the bottom. So I'm going to also score 1 3/8 in this direction. Okay, and that will make our box bottom. So to prepare those tabs, at each vertical line, we are going to cut along the score. And actually, instead of cutting straight, what I like to do is wedge out a little bit so that when I fold these box bottoms, none of the little corners stick out when this is constructed at the end. Okay, I'm even going to make like a little diagonal wedge there. Okay, so at each of the score lines, we're going at, instead of just straight up, we're making that little wedge cut. When we get to the one at the end with the tab, we're going to wedge the one side and then add like a little wedge over on the tab section. All right, and then I'm going to add adhesive on the 1/2-inch tab that's left and roll this into a tube. Okay, now we just need to do that same end treatment like what we did for the pillow box, except what I'm going to do this time, I'm going to make that a little more pronounced and deeper than what I did for the pillow box. And you can play with these dimensions how you like. Instead of making my mark at 1 1/4, I'm going to make that mark at 1 1/2. And you'll see we'll get a little more pronounced diamond. All right, and then come over to that line, wherever your line is that you can connect, and score to the opposite corner from each of those marks that you just made. All right, and then this is just like what we did before. Going to burnish those score lines. And then open up the tube and rotate. Okay, then we've got the pattern. We're just cutting along that score line to cut our diamond flaps. Okay, and again, now I've got the seam at what I would say is the back here. I'm going to close that tab first, but I like to have my little 1/2-inch finger grip there and push that in. And there you can see the top. See, it's just a little more pointed, and that will make this a little boxier than what we had with the pillow box. Okay, that's just a deeper diamond or wider diamond. All right, now to make the flap ends, I'm just going to add adhesive. Here, I'm going to close that for a second. I'm going to add adhesive to 2 of the flaps here at the back. And I'm going to, I want the bottom to be as square as possible. I'm going to start pushing those flaps in. I've pushed in one of the sticky ones. Now I'm pushing in another one that I have adhesive on. And I'm squaring that bottom up as best I can. And then I'm pushing in the 3rd flap as well. Okay, on that last flap, we want that to adhere quite well. So make sure you put plenty of adhesive on that one. Okay, and then what I like to do after I have that all constructed, I get down there with my bone folder and really give it a hard push. All right, so then at the top of the box, of course, we're just folding in those diamond flaps. One other thing that you can do here that's kind of cool on these diamond flaps, I'm going to take, I've got just a little hole punch, and I'm going to go about halfway into the diamond, and on both diamonds, make a little hole, and then I'm taking a length of linen thread, and I'm going to make a pretty big knot at the end. Okay, so I'm going to double this over on itself twice. So this will be kind of a big fat knot. And then, okay, on the flap that I'm pushing in first, I'm going to thread that loop through the hole if I can. It got a little frayed there. Okay, and then push that flap down. Now the knot's going to hold, and I'm going to go through the other hole. So you can also make this cute little kind of like hanger for the box. And then to decorate it, this is what I like to do. Again, we're going to do one of these tags with the story label punch. Okay, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And I'm going to punch that out. Oh, can't get in far enough. And I'm also going to take a 1 3/4 inch real red circle. And I'm going to attach these together. And then this is kind of fun. I just score that right down the middle. And that way I can attach this to the front. Now I'm calling it the front because the other side has the seam. I'm just going to take a couple of dimensionals here. And this will naturally follow the shape of that box. And then I'm going to add, this time I'll use the double stitched ribbon, just add a knot of this. Yeah, we'll just need a small bit of this. And I'm going to put that on with a glue dot here just to decorate around the front of my tag. Okay, so there we have it. We've got the lay down pillow box version and then the stand up diamond flap box. All right, thanks guys. Visit me at buckeyeinklings.com for more ideas and shopping. Don't forget I have that great special this month to get a host set. Email me at stampyourworld@gmail.com if you need a catalog or if you have any questions. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you next time.